It's time for the Kennett Indian Coaches Show as we talk with Kennett Indian Head Football Coach Andrew Webster. And, Coach, it's going to be senior night, Friday night, Met Sherry Stadium. And this group of seniors, I know you're taking on Poplar Bluff, and that I know that they want to go out as a senior with a big bang at home.
Yeah, absolutely. And we could. I mean, we could. This version of our team hasn't really played together yet because you look at some of the earlier things, like we've had people in and out, like we went to St. Jen, Caleb didn't play. That was our first game without Landon. And we should have Caleb back, not Landon, of course, but, I don't know, like this whole version, it's just been kind of a mixed bag some this season due to outside things. But, yeah, I mean, we could. Are they good? I mean, they ain't bad. I mean, I watched a bunch of film on them, but yeah, it'd be great for those guys to go out with something positive,
Well, let's talk a little bit about the Dexter game, and then we'll look more at the Poplar Bluff matchup. But again, your ball club got behind early, and I know you like that early momentum, and it seems like this season you just haven't been able to get that quick boost on someone, and then you start having to play from behind, and it just makes it tough.
Yeah, they're a good ball club. I mean, they're pretty primed to go deep in the playoffs this year. It looks like, they got to keep everything headed in the right direction for them. But, yeah, I mean, they got a heck of a ball club. It'd be interesting to see them in Park Hills. I know that's this week in the district. I would think in that game, whoever had home field advantage would probably have the advantage. And it's being played at Dexter, so I would think that out of that game, I would think that those guys would have the advantage, at least during the regular season.
Well, if Dexter wins, they'll obviously be the number one seed. They'll have a bye in the first round of the districts, and Park Hills may be your opponent, unless you leapfrog someone after a win over Cape Central. Would certainly add a lot of points, and a win over Poplar Bluff would too, and may really change the district standings.
Absolutely. I mean, because we're going to get the 20 points, for playing them for the district points, and that's a whole complicated thing. But yeah, I mean, we could move up. I mean, if we can do good the next 2 weeks, I mean, heck, we can move up, 2 or 3 spots in the district standings. I mean, so I don't know. We'll just have to see and play it by ear. But yeah, I mean, we're definitely hoping for something positive. I mean, at some point, something positive got to happen, right? Like, I mean, we've got to have some more positive coming. I mean, and you can see it. I mean, I know the Dexter score wasn't good, but at times, like, there was some positive. I mean, Hollywood had that good run. He ran the ball better. Nick kind of took a step back a little bit, but I expect him to be back to normal. Same with Ty. He took a step back a little bit, had a little bit rougher game against Dexter, but I expect Ty to get back to doing what he does. And it'll be okay. I mean, like we're all right. You're just young, and we're working, and it'll play out.
When you play a team like Dexter, and one thing that really stood out, I know you guys really focused on stopping their big running back, but then that opens up some things. They've got some other weapons, and when you have that, that's the ingredient to go deep, maybe into the state playoffs. And I know Dexter is betting on that, but they have some other weapons.
Yeah, I mean, one of the things I forgot to mention, like we said, our goal was, we were trying to take away Jet, the bigger running back. And as far as any team on the season, if my stats are right, which I think they are, we held him to less rushing yards than anybody else. And I know that kind of opened up some of the other stuff. And those other guys are really good too, and they're fast, and we see them in track. And they got 18 seniors on there. We were rocking with. Last week we had 4. It just is what it is, and like. I remember those years when we had 18 seniors and different things. I mean, it's ebbs and flows, and it's when you take recruiting out of it, and that's just how it is. It doesn't mean anybody's smarter or worse or not worse, exactly. But like dumber. It's just that's who you get to play with, and when we're doing some things in the weight room, we are really pushing it in there, and we've changed. Some philosophy stuff a little bit, and I think we're going to see some big stuff come out of these young guys, these sophomores and freshmen and the new guys coming into what we're doing. I really think we're going to see some really good stuff coming in the future because we've got them working in there. And, if you go back and ask anybody from, I don't know, about 2014 on, 2013 on, I mean, that's kind of where we were making our mark each week, was in that weight room. Getting in there and pounding it and doing things and being athletic and developing the kids, and I think that's going to pay off in the future. I really do, because a lot of these young guys, man, they're really getting after it, and some of our old guys too. I'm not saying they're not. I'm just, when you look at it, you can really tell some of these young guys are really pushing it.
And they're going to have a lot of experience this year. All the playing time that they've got, they've really had a year to grow up and get some experience on the varsity level.
Yeah, I mean, I tell them, Perry, I tell them, like, each week it's like, I look at where we are athletically, age-wise, who we're playing, all that stuff. And until we make, like, deep playoff runs with these younger guys, once they get better and get older and stuff, right now it's probably as hard as it's ever going to be until then. I mean, due to the fact that they're younger, playing older, different things, you start looking at all the numbers and stuff. That's kind of what leads me to believe that. And I feel like that's facts. Right now is probably the toughest because, I mean, we're going to have the same kids next year. A lot of them, but they're not going to look like the same kids. There's no way, because we're going to be working so hard and putting so much time in between now and then. Like, I don't ever see us taking breaks and stuff. So I really do think it's all going to play out. It's just I feel for those seniors. You always have big goals and things, and we knew going into this with the schedule and everything else, we really had to stay healthy, and we had to have just a few other things that didn't go our way in order to really shine this year with it. And I'm not saying it's over with, because it's not, because we're looking at Bluff and we're going, and we got a shot. I mean, like, you look at it and, we right now today, I mean, we look at it and we think, we got a shot, Perry.
Well, let's talk about Poplar Bluff. That'll be your opponent at Met Sherry Stadium on senior night. We'll be back with more with Coach Andrew Webster right after this. Back with the Kennett Indian Coaches Show as we visit with Kennett Indian head football coach Andrew Webster. Coach, senior night, Poplar Bluff is a big night for your seniors, and we talked a little bit about how exciting it would be for them to pull off a win against the Mules. Let's talk a little bit about the health of your team, because that's been something that's been a challenge for your team. But also, I think you picked up an injury last Friday night as well, didn't you?
I did. Yeah, it was in the fourth quarter, and we had, you look at our sideline, and we've had, from beginning till now, like, we've improved on behavior. We've improved on so many different aspects of things that we had to teach these guys. Like, if you look at the group we took to Portageville, and I know the vast majority is the exact same kids, but these kids are not carrying themselves the way that they carried themselves week 1, 2, and 3. So, like, you can tell they're getting some maturity and some experience. But anyways, having said all that, we tackled number 2 over on our sideline. It was a good tackle. Downey was over there, and we've done a good job of keeping our cool in the game. And number 2 started mouthing a little bit, and then I was worried that Downey was going to mouth back and get in trouble, and I didn't want that to happen. And so I took off sprinting to make sure that didn't happen. It was only about 8 steps away from me. And about the second step in there, man, I ripped my calf like right up and down it. I mean, I was messing with it. Like, it's right up and down it. It's like a 12-week recovery time for it. It's not a surgery thing, but it's just, yikes, man. It sucks. Like I broke my arm a couple times when I was little, and dude, this has got to be up there with it. Like, it's weird. Like, I ain't trying to be a baby or nothing, and I didn't miss a single play of the game, and I ain't gonna miss nothing else. And I'll be hobbling around out there on Friday because, I mean, that's what you do. Like you can't be the leader and then disappear when things get tough, even for you. And like, it'd be easy to like sit in the box, or it'd be easy to do something else. And I don't want to do that, because like I want the kids to see like that what we're telling them is true, like about being tough and trying to do your best regardless, and I know it's just a calf injury and I'm not playing, but like I still like, I wouldn't feel right. I wouldn't feel right saying those things to my kids and asking them to do things when they're hurting and push them and then not try to do it myself. And so I'll definitely be out there doing that. It's kind of like the family thing, Perry. I don't know if I've ever really told you this. I kind of want to tell you. How like at the end of practice and games and stuff, we put our hands in and we say family, and it's such a big deal to me because you don't get to say family and then not help each other when you need it, and then not be there for each other when you need it, and things like that. And I just think that in football, there's such a good way to teach it because you've got, authority people, and then you've got, other authority people, and then you've got seniors and older brother type people, and then it all kind of works together. And it's so important to me that when we say those things, we mean it. And, I remember growing up, my mom would be like, well, what'd your coach say to do? And then I'd be like, whatever he would say, I would tell her, and she'd be like, well, do that, And so, I just think that stuck with me, and I just think that that's something that we need to do at Kennett, and, stick together that way. And I think it's important. And I do think over time we're going to see that grow and grow because I'm telling you, this weight room thing is cool. Like, it's cool. The kids are doing good. You guys are going to like it. It's just really neat. It's really good stuff we're doing in there.
Well, this point of the season, even the coach has an injury. Most of these players that's played the entire season, they're going to have bangs and nicks and aches and pains. You got some guys that are out for the season, and of course, we hate that. You're getting some guys a little bit healthier, but we talked about it in previous years. When you play Poplar Bluff, it's a numbers game, and they've got a lot of numbers over on their sideline.
That's true. I mean, like, you think about it, like they can roll out in a whole offense, and we're going to play defense, right? And then they're going to roll out a predominantly brand new defense, and then most of our guys are going to flip around and play on the other side, playing Ironman football. And early in the game, that's probably not that big a deal. But you start grinding third and fourth quarter, let's say there's 150 reps in a game. For easy math, let's just say 100, even though it's way usually closer between 120 and 170 a game or so. And so their kids might play half of it. So if there was 100, their kids are going to play 50 snaps, and then this other group of kids is going to play 50 snaps. Where Kennett kids, the ones that are playing both ways, they might play 100 snaps. Like Kevin Thompson, Austin Gaddis, other people as well. I mean, Austin Gaddis has played, knock on wood, he has played every offense and defensive snap of the season and about half the special team snaps. And I think he's only missed like maybe 2 plays all season, maybe 3 at the most. Last year, he didn't miss a play until the Herculaneum game, and he only missed 1 and came right back in. I mean, and you just look at, that's a lot each week. It builds character and it builds toughness. But again, you're going against somebody who's only played 50 plays, and eventually that, sometimes that makes a difference.
Well, Metz Cherry Stadium, 7:00 kickoff against Poplar Bluff. I know you want a big crowd out there and show their support for these seniors. These seniors, nobody on your team's giving up, and I saw that, last week, even when you're down big to Dexter, those guys are out there playing. I didn't see anybody quitting, and it'd be a great night to get a win and send these seniors off on senior night with something to celebrate.
Yes, sir. Absolutely. I hope we can do it. I can tell you this: we're going to try everything we know and everything we can to pull that off. And I know the kids are going to play hard. It's going to be a fun for you. I know that big something happened there, but I'm looking forward to it. It should be fun. Should be good weather, so everybody should come on out and enjoy a Friday night game. It kind of feels like fall now, So let's get them football stuff going,
All right, Coach. Good luck. We'll see you Friday night.
Awesome. Thanks,
Coach
Barry.
Andrew Webster
On the Kennett Indian Coaches Show.